Hi, it's Sharon. I want to do some tapping today for tinnitus again because there are lots and lots of books written about different types of ailments and the underlying probably emotional causes. And one of the big things with tinnitus is that it's not wanting to listen to your higher self. And that can be however you want to term it. There are a lot of different names for that. I'm just going to call it higher self or inner guidance system. But the tapping we're going to do today is for specifically that thing. So come along. I know that I have an inner guidance system. And it triggers feelings and thoughts. But sometimes I don't want to listen. But I completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I know I have an inner guidance system, but it doesn't feel safe to listen to it. I choose to be okay anyway, because I completely and profoundly love and accept myself. Even though I don't want to listen to my higher self. I choose to be okay anyway, and I honor how I feel about this. And I completely love, honor, and appreciate myself. Top of the head. I know I have an inner guidance system. I've heard it before. But I don't trust it. Not always. And sometimes I simply don't want to listen to it. I want to think my way through things instead of feeling my way through them. I just don't want to listen to my higher self. I don't think I should have to. But I do have tinnitus, and it's pretty miserable. So maybe I could be open to a new way of looking at this. What if it just doesn't feel safe to listen? And what if I could feel safe listening? Doesn't mean I always have to act on it. Or it might. But what if I could feel safe listening? If I could get at least that far with it, then maybe I could start to feel more comfortable with it. I am open and receptive to listening to my higher self. I am open and receptive to listening to my inner guidance system. The one that all humans come equipped with. I give myself permission to hear this clearly. It's perfectly safe for me to listen and to hear it clearly. I allow myself to relax and to listen to my higher self. Even though I think it might say things I don't want to hear. I can choose to listen. I hear a lot of people express opinions about different things that I may or may not agree with. So why should this be any different? I listen to them and I hear them just fine. So why can't I listen to myself? It's a part of me. Why can't I trust myself? I'm going to allow myself to begin to trust my inner guidance system. I allow myself to begin to trust the voice of my higher self. It's perfectly safe for me to listen and to trust. I allow myself to look at my higher self as a really, really dear friend who wants the very best for me. I allow myself to listen, to just really get quiet and listen. To what this great friend who lives inside of me has to say. I'm open to beginning this dialogue now because I completely love and accept myself. Peace. Okay, good. Now I want you to just appreciate if that changed the sound that you hear in any way. Okay. Now we're going to go back in and do just another round. So back to the top of the head. I allow myself to know that my higher self is also my intuition. And I give myself permission to begin to use my intuition. Because that's how I begin to really listen again. I'm going to listen to my intuition about some small things first. Like whether or not I should have a second cup of coffee, or whether I should maybe turn right instead of left if there is more than one way to get where I'm going. Or whether or not I need to drink some more water. I allow myself to explore some safe ways to begin to listen to and to trust my inner guidance system. I don't have to do great big things with it to start with. I allow myself to listen to this friend. That's me. And to ask it simple questions every few hours during the day. Like, what do I want for lunch? What would be the best thing to write here? Just get still for a moment and to actually ask and hear the answer. Because it's perfectly safe to listen. so I allow myself to hear clearly. And then I can gradually progress to bigger questions and bigger issues as I learn to trust this valuable, wonderful friend that is living here, my higher self. I allow myself to begin to trust myself enough to listen. It's safe for me to listen, and it's safe for me to hear. Peace. Okay, you're going to need to do this one often, and I want you working with your intuition on a regular basis. I also highly recommend going back and doing this particular tapping while you look at yourself in the mirror and really engage yourself, really make eye contact, because you are seeing yourself clearly then. So do this one often. Learn to trust your gut, to trust your intuition, to trust your higher self. The more you learn to do that, the less you will need noise to obscure your hearing. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.